International sanctions are political and economic decisions that are part of diplomatic efforts by countries, multilateral or regional organizations against states or organizations either to protect national security interests or to protect international law and defend against threats to international peace and security. These decisions principally include the temporary imposition on a target of economic, trade, diplomatic, cultural or other restrictions that are lifted when the motivating security concerns no longer apply, or when no new threats have arisen. According to Chapter 7 of the United Nations Charter, only the UN Security Council has a mandate by the international community to apply sanctions that must be complied with by all UN member states. They serve as the international community's most powerful peaceful means to prevent threats to international peace and security or to settle them. Sanctions do not include the use of military force. However, if sanctions do not lead to the diplomatic settlement of a conflict, the use of force can be authorized by the Security Council separately under Article 42. UN sanctions should not be confused with unilateral sanctions that are imposed by individual countries in furtherance of their strategic interests, typically intended as strong economic coercion. Measures applied under unilateral sanctions can range between coercive diplomatic efforts, economic warfare, or as preludes to war. There are several types of sanctions. Economic sanctions are distinguished from trade sanctions, which are applied for purely economic reasons, and typically take the form of tariffs or similar measures, rather than bans on trade. As of June 2021, the United Nations has sanctions against. Sanctions formulations are designed into three categories. The categories are used to differentiate between the political contexts due to the global nature of the act. The first category involves such sanctions that are designed to force cooperation with international law. This can be seen in the sanctions placed on Iraq in Resolution 661 on August 6, 1990. After the initial invasion of neighboring Kuwait, the United Nations placed an embargo on the nation in an attempt to prevent armed conflict. Resolution 665 and Resolution 670 were further added, creating both naval and air blockade on Iraq. The purpose of the initial sanctions was to coerce Iraq into following international law, which included the recognized sovereignty of Kuwait. The second category of design is those sanctions with the purpose to contain a threat to peace within a geographical boundary. The 2010 Iran nuclear proliferation debate is a contemporary example. The current United Nations Security Council passed on June 9, Resolution 1929 providing restrictions on missile and weaponry materials that could be used for the creation of destructive weapons. This principle of restriction is to contain the possibility of Iranian aggression within the neighboring region. The third category involves the United Nations Security Council's condemnation of actions of a specific action or policy of a member, non-member nation. The white minority declared Rhodesian independence on November 11, 1965. The General Assembly and United Nations in a 107-2 vote took to condemning Rhodesia on all military, economic, as well as oil and petroleum products. The international display of disapproval forced sanctions onto the Rhodesian people but without a clear goal as to a remedy for the economic sanctions. The three categories are a blanket explanation of the reasons sanctions are applied to nations, but it does not go as far as to say that voting members share the same political reasons for imposing them. It is often the case for many nations to be driven by self-interests in one or more categories when voting on whether or not to implement sanctions. Diplomatic sanctions are political measures taken to express disapproval or displeasure at a certain action through diplomatic and political means, rather than affecting economic or military relations. Measures include limitations or cancellations of high-level government visits or expelling or withdrawing diplomatic missions or staff. Economic sanctions can vary from imposing import duties on goods to, or blocking the export of certain goods from the target country, to a full naval blockade of the target's ports in an effort to verify and curb or block specified imported goods. Well-known examples of economic sanctions include: since 1993, many countries have imposed trade sanctions on Burma. The case of South Africa gives rise to the typical example used for arguing for the effectiveness of sanctions, though that alleged effectiveness remains a matter of debate. In 2001-2002, the United States imposed economic sanctions against the state of Zimbabwe. Through the Zimbabwe Democracy and Economic Recovery Act of 2001, a ZDERA S. 494, vetoing or voting against access to financing, debt relief, and